Today we're going to be learning about natural logs. That's whenever you see ln instead of a log with a base whenever you're solving problems. Natural logs have to do with e. E is one of these special numbers, kind of like pi, that has a decimal that goes on for infinity that we don't have an exact value of, but that we can work with nevertheless because it represents a special ratio in nature that occurs all the time that winds up working out with a lot of very cool math and science problems. We'll get more into applications hopefully later on this year. You can either look them up or wait till we get to them. But in the meantime, we're just going to learn how do we logistically work with e. Now, whenever you're doing your homework on your calculator, you do have an E button. It's right over here. It might be a little hard to see. It's the E to the X button right here. So if, for example, I wanted to take e to the 7th power, I would plug in 7 and then press the E button and it will give me e to the 7th power. If I want to just get the value of e, I plug in 1, press the E button, it gives me e to the 1st power. E to the 10th, plug in 10, press that again, I get e to the 10th power. So you can use your phone calculator for e. Another good place to go is Desmos if your phone calculator isn't cooperating with you. Desmos, I have a link on Google Classroom under Remote Learning Resources where you can use Desmos to be able to use e. So let's actually do some problems with it. So a really basic example, let's say I have ln of x equals 5. Now if I want to rewrite this so that it looks like a normal log, that means that I have log base e of x is 5, which if I use my first last middle rule means that I rewrite that as first e to the last 5 equals x. And then from here I can go ahead and take out my calculator, flip that around, so I'm wanting to find e to the 5th power. So I type in 5, e to the 5th gives me 1.48413. I think I want you guys to go ahead and round to at least 3 decimal places if the directions don't say, otherwise follow the directions, equals x. So this solution is 1.48413, and that spits back 5 for me. If I want to check my work, your calculator also has an ln button, and whenever I pressed that ln button it gave me back 5, so I know I did my work right. Alright, let's try another one. Let's say now I have 5 ln of x is 10. Now just like before, you want to go ahead and box in your log and know that you have to get the log by itself first before I can start doing anything else. So what's being done to log right now? Well, right now it's being multiplied by 5. To undo that, I gotta go ahead and divide by 5. Cancel that out, I get ln of x equals 2. Now I want to solve this problem. Well, I can go ahead and think of this again as having log based e. So I get e to the 2nd power is x. Sorry, I was writing too fast there. So I changed it first last middle to e to the 2nd power equals x. And now from here, again, I can go ahead and whip out my calculator that hopefully I probably want to do on a lock screen or something. Cooperate with me. There we go. So then I do clear that, press 2, e to the 2nd, I get 7.389 equals x. And that's my final answer. Let's do another couple of examples. If you feel good from here though, I mean honestly, nothing really changes from what we've done so far. ln is just log base e. So let's get a little bit crazier. Let's have 5 plus 10 ln of x equals 25, let's say that we had that. So we're going to go ahead and again we want to go ahead and box in our log. That's what we're trying to get by itself. So again, we're pretending that's one giant variable, so we want to go ahead, subtract the 5, cancels. I get 10 and ln natural log of x equals 20. Go ahead and divide by 10, divide by 10. That cancels. I get natural log of x is 2. Go ahead and think of that as log-based e. So I get e to the second is x. And then again, go ahead and just plug that into your calculator. So then I want to take that to the e, and that's actually the same thing as last time. So I get 7.389 is x. Now, how does it work if I have stuff inside the equation? Well, it really works the exact same way. So let's say I had 10 minus 2 ln of x plus 3 equals negative 12. Let's say I had that for whatever reason. So again, I go ahead and box in my natural log is what I'm going to solve for. So that I can subtract 10. Again, we're pretending that it's one giant variable. So I get negative 2 ln of x plus 3 equals negative 22. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Cancels. I get natural log of x plus 3 equals 211. Now again, this is like base e, so then I get e to the 11th equals x plus 3. First, last, middle. I was kind of jumping the gun there by writing an e right there, but again, we're thinking of it as base e. So e to the 11th power equals x plus 3. So e to the 11th is what? I have no idea what that is, nor do I expect you to necessarily know. So we go ahead and type in that's 11, and then we're taking that to this is where a real calculator is helpful, and again, I would just freeze your phone like this while you're doing your homework, unlike apparently what I've been doing. So ln e power, so then I get 59,807, oh, I'm off the page, 874.14 rounds to 2, x plus 3, go ahead and subtract 3, that cancels, so minus 3. So 59,871.142 is x. And don't freak out just because you get a weird number. That's okay. So to recap, this really does work the exact same way as everything else we've been doing. The only thing I've changed is rather than saying like log base 2, you have to know a natural log is really a log base e. E is a special number, like I said, with, you know, something that goes on for infinity. We really cannot simplify this at all. I think I did read somewhere, though, that it was something like if you take e to the pi I plus 1, that ends up equaling 0 or something insane like that. So they're basically very special ratios that you find in nature, which is why we work with them so often. So, you know, engineers, computer scientists, physicists, everybody, lots of scientific people use natural log all the time, which is why we have to learn how to work with natural log. But all your thought processes should be the same. Reach out if you have any questions. Good luck. I apologize for the lag whenever I was waiting for my phone to flip. Like I said, I would either lock your screen or open up the Desmos app on your computer. I'd be happy to walk you through how to use Desmos if you need. Have a great one.